Morning, Angelo. All right, I just did 10 Hail Marys for you and starting with you here today. First, I want to congratulate you for making it through this week, through Hell Week. I want to acknowledge for you that what you shared earlier today about yesterday is exactly what was meant for you. Something that you said was you were thankful that you spent the entire day to yourself, and it sounded like it's been a while since you did that alone. And I can say this freely to you because I know you're a son of God, and now we're all becoming, I'm your brother, but now we're all becoming men of God, soldiers of God. And today I encourage you to spend time alone, but not alone by yourself. There's a story that I shared with Raphael the other day, and I think this is a good story for you, a good message. So, one of the beautiful things that I've learned in recent weeks about the Christian and Catholic religion, our faith, is really our faith, not so much the religion, but it's based on what we believe in at the core. So one of the things that we believe in at the core is that in every other religion, you have to pursue God. You're the one that has to find God and seek God. But what's very different and unique, matter of fact, I don't think any other religion teaches it this way, but one of the most unique and powerful beliefs that we have in our faith is that we're not the ones looking for God. God is the one looking for us and seeking us, pursuing us. So I'll give you an example. I'll give you a couple stories here. Two stories. One, imagine a father and a son. So you and one of your boys, or you and both of your boys, but you and your son are out in the woods and you're playing, and your boys are playing with each other, and the father and the son get separated. So the son one day realizes, oh shoot, I lost my dad. So once he realizes he's lost, he'll go and start pursuing, looking for his dad. So he'll be like, Dad, Father, where are you? Where are you? And scared and looking for the father. So that's one scenario. The other scenario is, the father is out there with the son, same scenario, but this time, imagine the father is always paying attention to his son. What father doesn't pay attention to his son and where his son is, right? If he's a true father, right? So as a father who sees that his son is lost, and may not be necessarily physically lost either, he may have lost his perception of time, where it's time to go eat, or he may have, been lost in whatever he was playing in, and maybe went further out into, the quicksand area where it gets dangerous. So whatever the case may be, the father's always paying attention to the son. So the son doesn't even know that he's lost, but it's the father saying, son, come over here, you're going away too far. Son, it's time to eat, dinner time, let's go back in. So it's the father pursuing the son. However, when the son has his earphones in and the son is distracted and the son is doing a million other things with his friends, the son doesn't have really the time to listen. So imagine if that son, however, spent 5 minutes just being alone, being silent, and taking his headphones out, and just in case, even though he doesn't feel it, just in case he may be lost, he'll just listen. And what he's listening for is that voice, right? It's that voice. I know you have that voice, Angelo. I know you hear it. I know you hear him, right? It's the same voice that's always been there for me too. But it was the million other voices that I would listen to because I didn't realize I was that child, that son that was lost. I just didn't know. But one day, I just couldn't avoid it because maybe I was getting hungry. Maybe I was in an unfamiliar territory. Maybe I was in a really dark territory and I just couldn't see it at first. But just trust that it's Him. And your loneliness yesterday was the step to really be in a position to be silent and listen to that voice today, right? Listen to that voice, His voice, our Father's voice. And if you listen, it'll sound a lot more clear. It becomes more clear. It becomes more loud. And you start really recognizing which voice to hear every single time. That's what's been happening for me. And, I'd like to believe, and not only like to believe, I know that, excuse me, I know that unlike the other faiths and other religions, if our Father wasn't pursuing us, right, I don't think I would have ever been able to find my way to Him if He wasn't calling for me. Thank goodness. Through other people, I was advised through people that I trust, I was advised to just sit down and listen to God. And I didn't know what that meant at first, but I'm here to tell you, bro, that voice, it's real, right? That voice doesn't just come out of anywhere. It's real. That's the voice you got to listen to. And you can only listen to Him if, like in your situation, He removes everyone away from you, right? Even your sons. He removes everyone, even your mom. He takes them all away so that you can have the time to listen to Him. That's what He wants. That's what it sounds like your journey was this week, right? He took you to the most darkest place where you're not able to have the people that you want, but you're going to be spending time with Him. And once you get instructions from Him, once He knows that you're ready, not only are all of your loved ones going to be around you, but they're going to be drawn to you, right? They're going to be drawn to you, and they're going to come to you, and they're going to be begging to be around you, right? No matter how sick they are, they're going to find a way to come over to you, right? So my prescription for you, you're doing it perfectly right now. Weigh out every decision that you make. But the starting point, the perspective that you have to start with is be grateful and logically be grateful, right? If I'm grateful, because you're not going to feel it. No human being, no man, I couldn't be grateful if I were put in your situation right now. So you can't rely on gratitude to come from your heart. You have to use your logic, your logos, not your ego, your logos, your me, your logic, your intelligence to confirm, are you being logically grateful, right? Because, and the first thing you have to turn around in your mind is, it's not that you only have 14 hours with your sons. You have more than 1 minute, up to 14 hours, right? You have up to 14 hours. It's not only 14 hours, right? Logically, if you're saying you only have 14 hours, you're never going to be thankful for that time. Even though you're thankful to be with them right now, right? Because you can't have them. But later on, when you get to my position where you're with them all the time, right? I think this is setting up for that, right? That point in the future where you're with them And then if you're not thankful up here logically, then that 14 hours is going to feel like a long time, because I barely spend, maybe 5-10 minutes, maybe 20 minutes a week with my kids being present. Physically, of course, I see them way more than you, but just think about the way your words come out logically, not here. I know you're thankful here for every second and every minute you spend with them, but there's something that's disconnected. So logically, right? Logically. And that's the battle that you have to fight, because the reality is it's only been 6-7 months since your brain cells are slowly reversing itself. Slowly, right? That's why you do have to make decisions slower and weigh out everything more carefully. Just like, should I push myself? And if I am pushing myself, stack that with, how do I make sure that I'm insulating myself so that I don't get hurt? How am I protecting myself, right? So those checkpoints have to all be met every single time. And the better your checklist becomes for yourself, for every decision you make, the easier you're going to be able to make these decisions. But it's very important that you make this really good checklist for yourself in each decision that you're making, and whichever side that decision is weighed in your favor, that's the decision you start making. And that's how you retrain your mind, right? That's how you retrain your logic, because doing all those drugs and alcohol over the years, I'll be the first to tell you, we've messed up our memory. You're gonna have bad memory, and you're gonna freak yourself out when you forget stuff. And then you're going to remember stuff, in spots. Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's not that your memory's gone. It's not that you had a stroke, or it's not that, that brain cell is dead forever. It's not that. I'm a testimonial to that. I was like that too, especially in the first couple months, especially like when you sober up and you're only a few months in. Doesn't regenerate right away, but those brain cells will regenerate right away, or over time. And your memory will come back, because right now you're struggling with short-term memory loss. Okay, so keep those things in mind and be scared of the right things. You are definitely on the right path. You said everything perfectly today. The lessons that you've learned this week and throughout this journey has really proven to me, at least as a witness, that you are listening in your heart to God drawing you, calling you, right, to give up your life and really exchange it for a better life, where you're going to be used for something big, something so big that you can try to imagine it, but it's going to be bigger than your imagination. It's definitely going to be bigger than what your logic is at this point. So I want you to know that, and I want you to stay strong, and I want you to spend some time in complete quietness, and I want you to try to remember, if you haven't done it yet, okay, because this is an opportunity, I believe. I want you to remember what I thought, right, what I said that you should prepare for your kids, for your sons. Okay, just think about that. And just think about how all of these things are playing out. Okay, just think about that. And I want you to remember that. Okay, I want you to remember that. I love you, brother. And I'm thankful that you crossed paths with me in my life. You are the reason why this whole challenge and this group is being formed. I was ready for this group to be formed. I was ready to lead a group. Okay, I've been ready to lead a group for many, many years. I was prepared for it, but it couldn't be any group. It had to be a very specific group, and your name tells it all. You're an angel to me, right? God sent you as an angel to me, and I hope that I can be a great leader for you to follow. So, Angelo, God bless you. I love you, and I really pray that you can spend some time alone with God. Okay? Love you, brother.